Hey Avi, hey UV, what's up, guys?
All
Hey,
good,
Sid.
bro.
Hey, UV.
Hey, guys.
Awesome, awesome, guys. All right, let's get down to it. I'll start with you, Avi. So, what's your thoughts on Bangladesh's historic win over Bangladesh? I know that when we gave our predictions, and I know UV was I was teasing UV about that whole prediction thing, but he seems to be on fire. So for 1-0 out of 2, Avi. So, what's your thoughts on this win? Kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to UV first of all, man. I mean, this is the closest, uh, you know, to that result that he was actually predicting. I mean, there's one more test to go, but I mean, who knows? That could be on. So, I was looking at this. I was looking at this series, um, and looking at Bangladesh's record away. Especially in the Sena countries, it's not the best, guys.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
Hmm.
And they haven't toured Australia in 23 years. And
Hmm.
that's actually down to
Mhm,
Australia because I feel the Australian cricket Australia, the way they treated Bangladesh over this
Hmm.
time was was
mhm,
was terrible. I mean, just one tour in 23
mhm,
years. But boy, am I so happy to be proven wrong. I mean, that was a memorable victory for Bangladesh. And I didn't expect
Yes.
Australia to be so poor in this test match. But we highlighted the issues of the Australian cricket last week. So, and I spoke
Hmm.
about their batting, and the batting was totally exposed in this game. But boy, I mean, from the opening day, man. I mean, bowling Bangladesh out. I mean, sorry, Australia out for 198. Hassan Mahmood. I mean, the unsung hero there, man. 6 for 55, and then they could have rolled over on their opening day, but I mean, they reached 96 for one. And this is the way to beat Australia in test matches, Bhuvi and Sid. You grind them down. You grind them down. And I think that's what Bangladesh did on day two. They grinded this Australian attack down. I mean, guys like Stark and Cummins and Hazelwood were coming for their fourth to fifth spell. And, Lyon too was nullified. I mean, the thing is what Bangladesh so well with Lyon, they didn't let him settle. They just attacked him. You know, they just didn't let
mhm.
him settle on a length and just attacked him. And then I mean, that century by the opener. Uh, I'm just trying to get his name, man. My apologies. Can you help me out there, Sid?
Oh, sure. Let me just check it. Okay. Are you referring to Tanzania?
Tanzid, yes, Tanzid Hassan. I mean, brilliant, man. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Tanzid Hassan, man. I mean, kudos to him. Kudos to him, man. And obviously supported by
Mushfiq.
Shanto as well. I thought Shanto's innings was a real captain's knock. But the guy that
Mhm,
really turned it for me in the second half of this game was Mehdi Hassan. But I
Hmm.
mean, 65 with a bat and then that five. So I mean, unbelievable for Bangladesh, man. I don't think Australia will ever take it lightly again. So guys, I'm happy to be proven wrong, man. This was a great day, not just for Bangladesh cricket, but for Test cricket as a whole and the world game.
Yuvi?
Yeah, 100%. No, I know you guys thought it was funny when I said 2-0 Bangladesh, but here's the thing. This Australian team is the weakest Australian squad we have seen in decades. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Any team that applies themselves against them should have a good chance of beating them. Bangladesh don't have the talent of India. They don't have the
Hmm.
talent of England. They don't have the talent of New Zealand. So they
Hmm.
have to apply themselves to stand any chance. Their application has to be better than all those other squads. Technically speaking, those other three squads should have wiped the floor with Australia, but they didn't get it done because they did not apply themselves. This Australian team is weak. They should not be winning anything. They should not be winning anything. If they win, it's because the other team has allowed them to win. And
Wow.
that bowling
But
attack,
Yuvi,
that is
mhm.
that bowling attack is possibly the weakest bowling attack in Test cricket right now.
Wow.
So well deserved Bangladesh. They applied themselves, they got the job done. Well, as I said at the outset, Bangladesh, their bowling is phenomenal. They've got an excellent bowling attack. It's their batting that's weak. But they applied themselves and they got the job done. Like Avi said, they ground them down. And they got it done.
But Yuvi and Avi, do you know what's so embarrassing, right? Bangladesh didn't have two of their main bowlers, and yet they still beat Australia. So you can only imagine how humiliating that is for Australia. And also, but then Yuvi, my theory is, not theory, but my thought to you, Yuvi, is like, but don't you also admit that Australia played Bangladesh in conditions that they're not really used to, which is kind of funny because you would have thought that they should have prepared similar pitches than what they would do against India and other teams. This was more Bangladesh kind of once the match drew forward. If that makes sense to you, Yuvi?
No, it was. It was definitely more Asian condition than it was traditional Australian conditions. That being said, I think they would have considered themselves favorites regardless. This Australian team, as bad as they are, as terrible as they are, their ego has not taken a knock because the other teams have not brought them down to size yet. So they still think they're a top team in the world. And unfortunately, they're in for a rude awakening. I still think 2-0 is a very real possibility.
Avi?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? The crazy thing about this test match, guys, Australia got beaten by old-fashioned test cricket. Bangladesh played old-fashioned test cricket here, guys. They didn't play expansive, I would say, baseball is dead now, right? But, England, if they just apply their brains a bit, they could have beaten this Australian attack last summer. I mean, England were just so careless in the way they perform. I think with India,
100%.
I think it was probably, I think Australia actually wanted it more in that series than India. And I think India, they kind of, there were a couple of players on the Indian side. There were a couple of players on the Indian side that, were coming to the end of their careers, like Kohli and Rohit. And, you saw the demise of India with the best there. But, look, Bangladesh just played old-fashioned test cricket, guys, and grinded Australia to a halt. And, I mean, this is a big, big wake-up call for them. And, I said it last week. This Australian side is very old. But unfortunately, they've got no choice but to keep on going with these older players because the talent coming through is not the best. Because if you look at a guy like Jai Richardson, as good as he is, he's very injury-prone. That's the reason why he can't get into this Australian side. But Australia have a huge problem in the next year or so when these quicks retire and they lose Steve Smith, who I think is probably done in the next 2 years or so. So, I mean, they haven't found a replacement for David Warner. They haven't found a replacement for Khawaja. I mean, if you look at Travis Head is not an opener, guys. He got lucky in that England. In that Ashes season because England bowled so poorly to him. But you can clearly see Travis is not an opener, guys. He's a number 5 and he's been thrown into this. Jake Weatherall, I mean, he's had his opportunities. I think, changes are imminent. Manas, I think Manas has been the one that's really, really fallen from grace.
Struggled,
Absolutely. I mean, it's been such a paltry last 3 years for Manas, and I think this guy's spot is under huge jeopardy now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Australia makes some changes for that second test. But knowing Australia, they're going to come back hard. So I wouldn't want to write them off. This could easily be 1-1.
Yeah.
So I just want to comment on something Avish just said. The bowling, they're not lacking. They do have talent in their domestic league. They've got far better bowlers in their domestic league than the guys playing test cricket right now. I can tell you that for a fact. They haven't been given the opportunity because of the Australian tradition of not playing youngsters. They stick with these old guys until they can beat the last little bit out of them. And that's where I agree with Avi. They are going to struggle because that transition, when it happens, is not going to be a smooth one. You're going to have a whole lot of youngsters coming in at the same time. That's going to be a problem. However, there's another way of looking at it. you got an attack that's probably going to consist of Lance Morris, Jai Richardson, Sandhu, and what's that other guy? The Western Australian, the left armor, tall left armor,
Thompson.
Those are the four guys that are probably going to come in. And Lance Morris he's tearaway. He's the second fastest bowler in the world to Umran Malik at the moment. That's a fact.
Wow.
And it's close between them. He could even be faster than Malik on his day. And so Jai Richardson's pretty quick as well. So you've got some talent there. It's just about giving them the opportunity and letting them develop. One could say the same thing, injury prone, about Umran Malik and Mayank Yadav. But then you think about it, they're not in that core group of players that's really looked after, are they? That's the problem. They're not where they should be. If they were in that core group, they probably wouldn't be getting injured as much as they are.
That is true. Okay.
I mean, just to add on what Yuvi said, I think Australia, they are very, very conservative kind of, cricket team in the sense that, they don't like blooding youngsters like some other team. And I think India also suffered from that for a long time.
Oh, definitely.
They should have definitely looked for replacements for Kohli and Rohit much earlier. Or, their test results could have been a lot better, but I think they kind of on the right track now in this first test against Sri Lanka. They found a few gems, but I mean they could have started a lot earlier. So Australia are going to have that problem. I think Australia's problem is a lot more deeper, guys, because I mean, a majority of this team is like over 30 in the late 30s. I mean, you got Stark, you got Hazelwood, you got Cummins. I mean, Lyon as well. Lyon is almost hitting 40. Guys, so just imagine. I mean, there's not a lot of good spinners coming out of Australia at the moment. I mean,
no, they aren't. They aren't.
That's a huge problem. But for me, it's the batting. The batting is really, really struggling at the moment. Australia. I mean, they even if you look at the domestic circuit, there's not enough runs from the domestic players to actually force their way into this Australian team. So it's going to be a barren couple of years for them, once these veterans actually retire. So
I mean, I want to check up with you. Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what the venue is like in Mackay? Is it similar to this? Is it similar to the first test, or is it a bit more spicier?
Honestly speaking, Sid, I'm not too sure. To be honest with you, Darwin was as you said, it was dry. It was a very dry track. It obviously assisted the spinners. I mean, you saw what Mehri did. I mean, imagine a Bangladeshi spinner, out bowling the Aussies in their home turfs. That was. But I mean, Bangladesh out bowled Australia this game. I mean that's probably the most kind of embarrassing thing for them. Sid. I mean, the Bangladesh paces. I mean, they don't have that. They don't have great pace. I mean, but what they did, man, they got their length so precise, man. They got their length so precise on this wicket, and very, very disciplined. They didn't in length, they didn't in width. And the way Australia were bowling, they just couldn't find the length. There were so many wide deliveries that were being cut. So I mean, this is as I said, this is a huge wake up call for the Australian team. But Mackay, I got a feeling it could be similar conditions. But judging by what happened to Australia, I think they'd want a real green top for that one. They want to make it 1-1. So I mean, it's anyone's guesses. What that track is going to be like, but definitely it's not going to be as good as this one. So let's see what happens. But I wouldn't write Australia off. This could still end 1-1, which would be an incredible result. Still.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Well, apparently it is a bit more bouncy and pacey. Apparently it is a bit more pacey and bouncy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's nice. So, Yubi, are you still expecting Bangladesh to make it 2-0?
Yeah. This Australian team is the worst team in Test cricket. If they can't beat them in 2 matches in a row, Bangladesh don't deserve to be playing Test cricket.
I was going to say that if Australia lose 2-0, they don't even deserve to be in the Test Championship final. So I would still stick to that. So I'll say 1-1 just to
be in the Test
add a bit of... What's your thought?
I would also go with 1-1, but yet again, I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
I'd love to be proven wrong next week. Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't mind UV being right, and we can meet up UV and say how great he was with that prediction.
I just want to say, if this result doesn't bring shockwaves in Australian cricket, then I don't know what will. You know, if this doesn't
I think that's a big jolt to the system.
Through Australian cricket, I don't know what will. You know, because I think this is a very low point.
Okay.
Very, very low point.
Yeah, that is true. All right, UV, tell me something here. Now we go to Sri Lanka and India. I was a bit disappointed that India kept batting. I thought they should have declared at 400 and had a ball at Sri Lanka, considering the weather there is pretty bad in this first test, and considering India need the point to try and make a win out of this first test. What do you think, UV?
I don't blame them. I agree with you. I would have done it. I would have declared and gone, but I don't blame them. They want to make sure there's no chance of losing. They want to put the game beyond, which, considering recent results, acceptable, I believe. I still think the Sri Lankan batting order is brittle. If the Indian bowlers bowl well enough, they can get through. So I think that's what you're banking on there. That being said, I looked at the bowling attack playing in this match. Oh, Jesus Christ, what are they freaking thinking? That is not your best test bowling attack. That is not. I'm sorry. It is not your best test bowling attack. I don't know what they're thinking.
Oh, for India or Sri Lanka?
India.
So sorry. Yeah, sorry, India. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's hope that India do prove you wrong, because I do want India to win badly, because they do need the points. I mean, they are so out of it at the moment. Okay, Avi?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't actually watched much of this match so far. I mean, it's been a frustrating one because of the weather, you know. But I mean, that is a commanding score for India. 460 for 9. And Padikkal, I mean, what a season he's having.
Yeah.
I mean, he had an excellent IPL, and he's been scoring runs in the warm-up game. And I think he's vindicated his spot in the team. I'm a bit disappointed that Sarfraz still doesn't make the team, guys. I mean, what does this guy have to do? I mean, he lost 16 kilos. He got fit. You know, he's knocking the door down. But unfortunately,
in all honesty, if it wasn't for guilt, Sarfraz would be your best. Yeah.
So I mean, guys, 460 for 9. That's a commanding score at the moment. But Sri Lanka, I think Sri Lanka, what they would do now is just that time. So I think you have a point at the moment, Sid, because I mean, there's a lot of, rain has wreaked havoc in this game so far, and especially today or day 2. So I mean, it's anybody's guess, and there's an issue with light there as well. Am I right? It gets dark quite early there.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So start early. I hope.
Yeah. So I think India has got to do all the pushing now, guys. They really need to get these points, on the board. So I was going to say 1-1, but I mean, looking at it now, if this game were to end in a draw, India probably they just have to win the next test and win the series. But I think they'd want to win this one here. But I question the situation now and think if India can get the result, because I mean weather has played spoiled sport in this first test, and you don't know what the weather is going to be like for the next couple of days. So Sri Lanka will just try at that time and get us close. If they get as close to India's score, then this is definitely a draw. So I think India have got to make all the running now. They're running out of time, eh?
it brings me back to something. Graham Smith is not my favorite player. I've never liked the guy.
Yeah.
But it brings me back to something he said once upon a time. You can't play for the weather. If you play for the weather, you screw yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, Yuvi, do you think that it's possible that if the conditions are overcast and if the pace tomorrow, they could have a good go at Sri Lanka, pick up most of those wickets, and the spinners come into their own? Maybe India sets a score. They'll probably win on the first day. How's that?
I think that's my concern. The paces on show here aren't the greatest. That's the problem. I think what you needed here was serious pace, and you don't have it.
So what do you think is going to happen? Is India still to win, or are you going to think it's a dead draw or a ball draw?
I think it's all up to Sri Lanka. This is not a bowling attack that they should be getting bowled out to. If they apply themselves, they can force the draw. But if they play like shit, India will win it.
Cool. I would like India to win. Shame. They need wins. They've been so bad about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think Sri Lanka will have to play very badly from here to lose this game, guys. I mean, not because India are not a superior side, but because weather has played such a spoil spot in this game so far. I mean, if India had their own way, they probably would have declared a long time ago. I mean, if it wasn't for the weather and stuff. So I think India, in a way, they probably saved themselves from defeat here, I would say. I can't see India losing this game now. But
no, they won't.
I'm not sure if I can see Sri Lanka winning this game as well.
Okay.
So we probably could be heading for a stalemate. We could be heading for a stalemate.
How depressing. All right, we'll get...
Disappointing, eh?
But
and this is one of the reasons why I want a 3-test series.
Exactly.
This is the reason why I want a 3-test series.
I was going to just say.
It's just an absolute joke, man. Absolute joke.
No, it is. It basically negates the possibility of a clear winner.
But I mean, Yuvi, why would Sri Lanka not be able to cash in on an India test series? I mean, they would definitely, when India is one of the high-profile teams, they would definitely be able to cash in on
make money off it.
Series. So, absolutely. When India come to town, you make money. So this is the kind of series where Sri Lanka would have made some serious dough. If they
even if it is the Indian, even if it is the Indian C team like they've got here.
Yeah.
That's so bad. Hey, you're bad. All right.
I think what we're seeing here is the future. This is the future of Indian test cricket. What we're seeing at the moment. So I don't think it's a C team.
I hope not. I hope not. I truly hope not. If this is the future of Indian test cricket, we got a problem.
Yeah, that's true, right? That's true. All right, Yuvi and Avi, we'll get to the Afghanistan and Ireland, and we all got our prediction wrong. I thought I think I was the closest, because I thought 3-1, but they won 4-0. So I'll start with you. What's your thoughts on Afghanistan beating Ireland 4-0?
That's a big shock. I thought Ireland were actually getting their act together. But let's face it, Afghanistan are an exceptional team. They're highly underrated. I backed them against a lot of mainstream teams. And so I guess sometimes we don't give them enough credit, Yeah.
And then you had Ramaj Shah player of the match in the last game, and then you had Rashid Khan player of the series. So what's your thoughts on that, Avi?
You know what? This is an unpopular comment to some, but I think Afghanistan could be the second best white ball team in Asia after India.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'd say ahead of India.
The second best.
I'd say ahead of India.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at the other teams in white ball cricket, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, very very inconsistent. I think Afghanistan, although they don't play against the best teams that often, you see them in World Cups, and you see how they punch above their weight in the World Cup. So I mean, they were so unlucky, man. I mean, if it wasn't for Glenn Maxwell, they could have made the semi-final of the last 50 over World Cup. So,
and
this team is getting better and better, man. So, I mean, don't be surprised if Afghanistan is in the semi-finals of a 50 over World Cup very soon.
But not in South Africa, though. I don't see that happening.
Well, you can't write them off. I mean, they do have a good pace attack, and they've got a musky spinner in Rashid. Rashid. He's played a lot of SA20 cricket, so he would understand the conditions. So
Noor as
I
well.
wouldn't take them lightly. I wouldn't take them lightly.
Of course.
Yeah, Noor as well.
Of
Sorry,
course.
Noor plays for PSG. Yeah.
And I wouldn't
I
write them
wouldn't
off, but I
take
just think but I think if teams apply themselves against Afghanistan, then I think shouldn't really make semifinals. But I guess it depends on the condition. If SA pitches are more Asian, then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a quarters or a semi.
Absolutely.
We have this warped view of things sometimes. We still think SA have fast, bouncy pitches. Not anymore. SA gets movement now. It's not that fast and bouncy anymore. Now it's all about the
I agree. I agree. It's the sideways
the
movement. It's
the
sideways
Afghani
movement. Yeah.
opening bowlers are good at that. They're very good at that.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know. But I don't know, guys. Maybe SA should get back to those bouncy pitches. Maybe it might suit their attack. What do you guys think?
I think in Test cricket you kind of see that sometimes, but the thing is, last season, right? There wasn't a lot of international cricket in SA, so your guess is as good as mine as how the pitches are going to be playing this season. Because this is the first time that SA will be playing at home at their main venue in 2 years. So there will be movement. There will be movement. That's one thing you can guarantee. There's going to be sideways movement, and that Australian batting lineup is going to be under a lot of pressure. If they have to deal with sideways movement. But if you bring that pace and bounce, I mean, it looks absolutely lethal for visiting teams.
Okay. This is a 50 over World Cup, right?
Yeah.
So India stand a good chance because they've got Gill in the side. But if you don't have Gill in that side and you don't have Kohli and Rohit, then India would be in the same boat because the rest of their players can't play sideways movement.
I agree. You saw what happened in England.
Right.
You saw what happened in England, Yuvi, recently in that T20 and series. But there was a lot of sideways movement there and bounce. And in Indian batters, I mean, I thought they are pretty good with bouncy pitches, but they got exposed there. But so it's going to be interesting.
All I can say is thank God it's not the T20 team. All I can say is thank God it's not the T20 squad because they don't have the players for sideways movement. They would be on the Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. We will get to the last segment here, which is going to be Pakistan's tour to England. And Pakistan actually won their warm-up match quite convincingly by 7 wickets. And they're playing 3 test matches. The first test is at Leeds. And Yuvi, what's your prediction on this test series? Do you think Pakistan can surprise England, or do you think England will win it?
Okay, so first question. Has Fleming come in as England coach yet?
Yes.
So England to win 3-0.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, Fleming hasn't come yet, but he will coach after. I think Karthik is the interim coach at the moment. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh, no, then Pakistan 3-0. Then Pakistan 3-0. Yeah.
If that happens, then I think that's going to be even. No, actually, no, I won't disrespect Pakistan like how I'll disrespect. I will still say Bangladesh beating Australia 2-0 will be even worse compared to Pakistan beating England 3-0. Okay, so UV says 3-0 to Pakistan.
Pakistan 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You, Avi?
You know what? This is a tough one. These are 2 flawed teams. These are 2 flawed teams. 2 teams with so much of weaknesses in the batting and bowling front. But if I had to give a result, I would give it 2-1. Give it 2-1 to England because I still think Pakistan can win the test match. Yeah. I feel as England side, you don't know what to expect. I mean, what did we see in that New Zealand series from England? I mean, that was absolutely bizarre the way they were playing. That reckless cricket, and the ECB put a stop to it. So I think with Fleming coming in now, but I'm sure he's going to add a few things to Test cricket. give a few hints to Chris Hockey. And
Hopefully.
you'll see England being a lot more decisive now. And I think you'll see England going back to old-fashioned Test cricket. But my only concern with England, they don't play spin very well. So I think Sajid Khan might have a big series. That's why I think Pakistan can win a Test match in the series.
Okay, 2-1.
But I can't see them. I can't see them winning the series because they are as flawed a team as England.
Okay. Part of me wants to say Pakistan 2-1, but I'm going to be boring and also go 2-1 to England. But I don't mind being proven wrong because I don't mind being proven wrong because
I mean, we love being proven wrong. Yeah? We just love it. I don't mind being proven wrong next week.
The reason I go 3-0 Pakistan, both teams, like Avi said, flawed. I think Pakistan have the better bowling attack. I do think Pakistan have the better bowling attack.
Okay.
England have the better batting order. There's no doubt about that. However, they play stupid cricket. I'm not going to call it baseball. I'm going to call it stupid cricket. That's what they play.
Yeah.
And they need someone like Fleming to come in and tell them, get that bullshit out your minds, focus. Until that happens, England will be playing bullshit cricket.
Yeah. But I think Fleming is a sorted out guy. You'll probably say that the parts of baseball, sorry, I shouldn't say baseball, but I'll just stick to that just for now. The part of baseball that is good, you can use that, but don't use it all the time. Like, for example, if you're going to play aggressively and you see the fielder's right back, then just milk it, just milk the singles. That's what I would be telling them. But don't go hitting every ball for 6 or 4. It's so retarded, That's what I'm saying,
Put all those thoughts out your mind. Play traditional cricket. That's what you do. Forget whatever that idiot McCallum told you. Forget it. It never happened. Erase it from your memory.
That's the thing that I don't get. Are you looking to win Test matches or are you looking to entertain? So I feel their brains are a bit scrambled. They want to entertain, but they also want to win. You can't do both.
You can't do both. I mean, look at Shubman Gill. He doesn't do flashy. He applies himself, and he's the number 1 Test batsman in the world for a reason.
Look, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
guys.
that's
the real lovers of Test cricket. The real lovers of Test cricket will appreciate a team that goes 3.5 and over. You don't have to go 5 to 5.5 and over. They will see that as good Test cricket, good grinding Test cricket. That is when Test cricket is at its best. When the opposition gets grinded, to the ground, is what we saw Bangladesh do to Australia. So, yeah, the Test purists will appreciate that. You're not throwing your wickets away, putting a price on your wicket. The Test purists will appreciate that, guys. This is not T20 cricket. This is Test cricket. This is serious stuff.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I heard a rumor recently.
Oh, okay, guys, Yuvi, is there anything you'd like to cover before we actually?
I heard a rumor recently.
Yeah.
Siddharth Haribhai is going to be the coach of the protest.
God, you're going to have balls, man, to be a cricket coach in today's times.
That is a proud moment because that means I can get VIP access.
No. I would prefer to be a commentator. I would prefer to be a commentator than a coach. I'd prefer to be a commentator than a coach.
Same here, sir. Same here. Let's jeopardy.
It's too demanding, man.
Hey, I wouldn't mind coaching India.
But
I wouldn't mind coaching India.
Like
I won't lie. I would not mind coaching India.
Really?
No, I wouldn't. I think I could turn that team into the best team in the world. I think I could turn them into the best team in the world.
Sure.
Wow. But then you're taking away certain.
I think coaching India is equivalent to like coaching the Brazilian football team or the Germany football team. That's how big it is. Man. It's massive. Sure. Or kind of coaching the All Blacks,
That is
Where
true.
winning is the ultimate, and anything else is
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
But I would make one request. I want Avish as my chairman of selectors.
Yeah, man. But
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Cool.
I'd have to do some homework there. If I was chairman
like
of selectors, I'll definitely find a way to get Sarfaraz into this Indian team.
That's why I said.
Definitely.
That's why I said it.
That will be the first. That will be the first name on the team sheet. Is Sarfaraz Khan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Food for
travesty
thought.
how we still
Okay.
BCCI,
It's
food for thought.
I like it. We are.
food for thought. Food for thought. I'll definitely get Sarfaraz.
I like it. We're trying to reform.
Guaranteed.
But then, Yuvi, what if you? Pardon?
Sorry? Hello.
You're breaking up, Sid.
If you were offered a job to be part of the SA cricket committee or setup, would you do it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I would. I would.
Okay. Okay. And Avi, would you join in UV if UV was part of the
I-
whole
I,
SA
I
system?
wouldn't. I wouldn't say no to that job. I mean, the first thing I'd do is change the mentality. I'll bring in
Sorry?
Australian mentality to this. I would change the mentality. I would change the mentality of the white ball team. Yeah, I think the test team,
Of course.
I wouldn't tinker too much because I think that's SA's best format.
No.
But the white ball team, definitely, I would bring a lot more skill to that. You know,
Definitely. And I'd use
and
the fast bowlers
and
again.
I would hold players more accountable.
Definitely.
Definitely hold players more
Definitely.
Okay. Okay. Avi, is there anything else you'd like to cover up? A touch on, I mean?
I think we pretty much covered everything, guys.
Okay. All right. That's a wrap, guys. Thanks so much for your time.
Okay, cheers, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, guys. Talk to you soon.
You too, bro.
Cheers,
Ciao.
man.